I'm going to tell you something that most firefighter applicants never realize. The biggest mistake people make in firefighter recruitment is not failing, it's waiting. See, I regularly speak to applicants who tell me, I just want to prepare a bit more first. And almost every single time they contact us after they've already missed their best opportunity. And it's not because they weren't capable, because they didn't actually know where they stood. So today I'm going to show you why. Because here's the reality. Most firefighter applicants believe competitiveness is obvious. They think you can look at yourself and know that I'm fit enough, I communicate well, I'm a good person, I volunteer, I've got life experience. And so they assume I'll just prepare a bit and then I'll apply. But firefighter recruitment is not a normal job process. You're not competing against the general public. You are competing against a filtered population. People who have already researched the job, they've trained physically, they practiced tests and prepared for months or sometimes years. So the question isn't, are you a good candidate? The question is, are you competitive against other prepared candidates? Those are very different things. Here's what we see constantly. Good applicants think they're not ready and then they delay applying. Average applicants think they're ready and apply blind, and both fail, not because they lacked ability, because they didn't understand how recruitment actually evaluates them. Fire services don't make decisions based on a single stage. They don't choose you because you did well in one interview. They don't reject you because of one bad answer. They build a complete behavioral profile of you across the entire process. Every stage feeds evidence into the same decision. And this is the part that nobody's telling applicants. So over time, we noticed something very consistent. Successful candidates weren't just good at one stage. They showed alignment across what we call 7 selection signals. Not 7 tests, 7 behaviors the service is trying to confirm. So things like how you process information under pressure, how you operate inside a team, how you communicate when stakes increase, how you make decisions with incomplete information, how you manage emotional stress, how you apply instructions, and how consistent you are as a person. Every single stage, aptitude, psych, interview, group, fitness, is simply another opportunity for the panel to observe those same behaviors again. So they're not running separate assessments, they are verifying the same candidate repeatedly. And this is why applicants get confused, because you can pass an interview and still be rejected. You can score really well on the aptitude and still be rejected. You can be extremely fit and still be rejected. Because recruitment is not asking, did you perform well today? They're asking, are you consistently the same person across different environments? The candidates who are successful look predictable to the panel. The candidates who fail look inconsistent. And most applicants never realize that this is what they're being measured on. And this is where waiting really hurts people. Applicants delay contacting someone experienced because they believe that preparation is linear. They think, I'll study first, I'll train first, I'll do practice tests first, and then I'll reach out. But preparation without direction often reinforces the wrong behaviors. And by the time they finally seek guidance, they've already practiced the wrong approach for months. And we see this literally every single intake. Strong candidates who were completely capable, but prepared in a way that didn't match how they were actually assessed. So look, the real question isn't, am I good enough to become a firefighter? The real question is, do you currently look competitive from a recruitment panel's perspective? And that's not something you can accurately judge alone, because you're seeing yourself from the inside. Recruitment is judging you from the outside. And this is exactly why so many applicants say something like, I just want a bit of information first, or I just want to do a bit more research, which does sound sensible, but most of the time, what people are actually looking for isn't information, it's certainty. They're hoping that if they read more, they watch more videos, or they gather enough opinions, the decision will eventually feel obvious. But firefighter recruitment rarely works like that, because the missing piece usually isn't more information about the process, it's information about you, where you currently stand, how competitive you actually are, and what the next step should be from there. Once applicants have that clarity, the decision becomes much easier. Not because they suddenly know everything about recruitment, but because they finally understand where they fit inside it. If you're serious about the job, the smartest thing you can do early is not commit to a program, it's simply find out where you actually stand. So whether you're ready now, you're close to ready, or preparing in the complete wrong direction, because the applicants who succeed fastest are not the most talented, they're the ones who get clarity early. So look, if you want, you can book a call with our team and we'll walk you through your situation and give you an honest answer about your competitiveness and what the next step should be. Even if the answer is not yet, at least you'll know, and knowing early is what saves people years in this process.